The foundation is the most crucial part of a building. This structure determines the stability and safety of the building. In this video, bore cast in situ pile foundations is used. A bore pile is a pile that formed by drilling a hole within the ground with the use of a temporary casing and subsequently filling it with cut in situ concrete. The temporary casing is used to stabilize the sides of the borehole, and the casing is withdrawn once concreting is complete.
Step 1. First, mark out the center position of each bore pile by using the wooden pegs. Stage 2 is the pre-boring stage. After making out the position of bore pile, pre-boring process will occur. In this video, we can see that an auger is being used in the pre-boring process. Step 3 is the installation of temporary casing stage. The temporary casing will be driven into the borehole by using the vibratory hammer, leaving about 1 meter length of the casing extending from the ground. In this video, we can see that the workers are cutting the extra over casing. In some cases, there will be situations where the casing is not long enough to reach the required depth in the ground, so bentonite slurry is used to support the soil below the casing. In this video, we can see that the worker is measuring the depth of the borehole by using sonic caliper measurement. Stage 4 is the installation of reinforcement cage, where a crane will be used to lift up the prefabricated reinforcement cage from the reinforcement yard, and it will be transferred to the borehole. The crane will lower and place the reinforcement cage within the borehole. Spacer can be seen around the reinforcement cage. This is to allow the concrete to flow and fill the space between the cage and the hole. When the concrete has reached the top of the borehole, the trimite pipe will be withdrawn completely. Step 6 is the extraction of the temporary casing. Extract the temporary casing from the borehole upon the completion of concreting work. by using the vibratory hammer. Also to ensure that the temporary casing is extracted vertically. While waiting for the concrete truck to reach, the excavator will make a pathway for the truck to enter. Step 5 is the concrete work through the trimite pipe. After placing the rebar cage, insert the trimite pipe to the toe of the borehole. Then discharge the concrete directly from the concrete truck into the hooper. Later on, fill the concrete from the bottom of borehole to the top to form the bore pile. To prevent necking of bore pile occur, the trimite pipe must be embedded into the concrete all the times during the concreting work. Step 6 is the extraction of the temporary casing. Extract the temporary casing from the borehole upon the completion of concreting work by using the vibratory hammer. Also ensure that the temporary casing is extracted vertically.
There are several advantages by constructing a board cast in situ pile, such as it can be constructed immediately, thus cutting out the time required for casting, maturing, and delivering of precast piles. Any size and length of pile can be constructed at the site. Most obstructions can be hammered and broken through by the pile driving techniques. Damage due to driving and handling that is common in precast piles is eliminated in this case. It is suitable in soils of poor drainage qualities, since cast in situ piles do not significantly disturb the surrounding soil. On the other hand, the disadvantages of board cast in situ piles are: it can be difficult to place and ensure positioning of any necessary reinforcement. The concrete quality control is more difficult. Moreover, a danger of necking from lateral earth pressure will occur. Young concrete is susceptible to attack from some soil chemicals before it has set and hardened. Lastly, the construction of piles in holes where there are heavy current of groundwater flow or artesian pressure is very difficult.
After the piling process has been performed, the pile cap will be built on it. Pile cap is a thick slab used to tie a group of piles together to support and transmit column loads to the piles. Besides, the pile cap can stabilize individual piles, thus increasing overall stability of the group. First, excavator is used to excavate the soil around the piles to level the pile cap base. Next, hack away the concrete to expose the reinforcement using a hydraulic breaker. In this video, the raw concrete pile breaker is used. After that, place the reinforcement bar of pile cap onto the hacked ball piles. Formwork is then installed to cast the pile cap. Next, the concrete is being poured inside the formwork. After concrete is hardened, formwork is removed. Finally, a pile foundation is done. Do you know that ball pile not only can be used as a piling in the pile foundations, but also can be built as retaining wall, which is contiguous ball pile wall.
The contiguous ball piles wall is the rigid retaining wall system. It can be acted as the temporary earth retaining wall during excavation and also can be used as the permanent basement wall of the building. To build a contiguous pile wall, there will be a row of board piles are installed at centers typically 150 mm, which is greater than their diameters. The installation process of the contiguous board pile wall is to repeat from step 1 to step 6 from the installation of board cast in situ pile until the entire length of the contiguous board pile wall construction is completed. Not forget to mention that the board pile is built alternately, by marking out the center position of board pile. The gap between two board piles is generally 100 to 200 mm. This is the contiguous board pile wall looks like after the excavation. From this picture, we can see that there is a cap beam cast on top of all the board piles to tie them together.
There are several advantages of the contiguous bore power. First, it is efficient and economical of constructing the temporary or permanent retaining walls where drilling conditions are conducive. Next, its installation process is clean and comparatively quiet as well as the low level of vibration during the pile installation. For small excavation depths, it is able to minimize the distance between the wall and existing walls. It is also suitable where the retained soil is usually firm to stiff and where the groundwater table is below the level of the maximum excavation. However, there are still several disadvantages by constructing a contiguous bore power, and the shortcomings are the risk of groundwater ingress between the piles if the gaps between the bore piles are not sealed with mortar. There are also low efficiency of circular cross-section of pile in bending. Next, when independent lining is not needed, the extent of additional works needed to form an acceptable surface to the wall.